Cold environments. Svalbard. Facts. Norwegian archipelago. 60% of islands covered in glaciers. Population 2,642. About a quarter of the population work in mining. Temperatures range from summer highs of 6°C to winter's lows of -16°C. Mining. Rich coal reserves. Mining coal is controversial because of the greenhouse gases it releases. Coal mining is vital to the Svalbard economy. More than 300 people are employed in mines. Energy developments. Energy on Svalbard is mainly produced by burning coal. Longyearbyen Power Station is Norway's only coal-powered station. Some believe it should be closed down and energy made by renewable sources. Like Iceland, Svalbard has many geothermal energy opportunities. Fishing. The cold waters of the Barents Sea are some of the richest fishing waters in the world. There are over 150 species of fish here, including cod. The waters need to be protected to control important breeding and nursery grounds. The Barents Seas is jointly controlled by Russia and Norway. Tourism. Tourism has been increasing in recent years as people seek more extreme experiences. In 2011, 70,000 people visited Longyearbyen, 30,000 of which were cruise passengers. The harbor at Longyearbyen has been increased to cope with increasing cruise ship numbers. Tourism provides around 300 jobs. In the natural environment you can see polar bears and the northern lights. Cold environments under threat. Tundras. Tundras are fragile environments as they will take a long time to recover if damaged by human activity. Even standing on the ground in a tundra could leave your footprint there for 10 years. Vegetation in tundras takes a long time to establish and grow. They are delicate ecosystems. Damage. Off-road vehicles. Off-road driving is a popular tourist activity. People drive off-road to go hunting and fishing. Walking is also popular with tourists. Oil-polluted river. Trees and wildlife killed. Risk of fire in the river. High level of pollution. Habitats destroyed in a way they may never recover from. Oil can enter the river via pipes, factories and tanker spills. Oil extraction. Oil spills from tankers or pipelines can lead to direct fatality of organisms, build-up of ecotoxins in the food chain leading to birth defects, and long-term ecological damage. Cold temperatures mean bacterial breakdown of pollutants is slow. Exxon Valdez disaster, 1989. Supertanker hit Bligh Reef in Prince William Sound, Alaska. 40 million liters of oil spilled into the ocean. Killed 250,000 birds and fish. Massive long-lasting environmental damage. Exxon paid $2 billion cleanup costs and $1 billion in compensation, only after being made to by the U.S. Supreme Court. Fishing. Food chains. E.g. krill fishing is depleting food supplies for whales and penguins in Southern Ocean. Overfishing can deplete a whole population beyond recovery. Patagonian toothfish is currently a concern in Antarctica. Tourism. Cruise ships increase pollution from ships and tourists. Tourists and tourist developments disrupt wildlife, damage habitats and reduce biodiversity. What are the economic reasons for people living in cold environments? Often rich reserves of oil, gas and other precious minerals such as gold. Oil and gas in very high demand. Countries keen to exploit these resources. To support this exploitation, roads and supply bases are built across the tundra. Hundreds of workers need homes. Mining in Alaska. Resource exploitation in cold environments. Why does mining take place in fragile environments? Economic importance of mining in Alaska. Minerals are Alaska's second largest export commodity: zinc, lead, gold, silver, copper. Worth $3.4 billion in 2013. State government received $150 million in fees in 2013. Mining industry paid $144 million to Alaska Native corporations in 2013. The Red Dog Mine, Northern Alaska. Land owned by NANA, Alaska Native Corporation. Mine run by TechCOMINCO, opened 1989. Negative impacts of mining at Red Dog. Fugitive dust, elevated levels of lead and zinc in the mosses either side of the 52-mile transport road. Mosses are food for caribou and caribou are food for the Inupiaq people. Historical oil spills at the port. Solid waste and acidic wastewater issues. There have been releases into the environment. Active water treatment from waste heaps and waste ponds will be needed forever to ensure acid discharges into downstream watercourses does not happen. Impact on caribou migration routes. Predominantly environmental. Positive impacts of mining at Red Dog. Employs 475 people. Half the employees are Nana shareholders, heavy ownership by local community. Mine is responsible for buying goods and services in the area, supports businesses. Teck is sole taxpayer in this region $230 million per year. Royalty payments to local villages, largest source of income in the area, sustaining a Nupiaq way of life. Predominantly economic. Managing cold environments. How can we reduce the threat? Cold environments need to be sustainably managed. This can be achieved using technology, action from governments and the work of conservation groups. Trans-Alaskan Pipeline. In 1969 oil was discovered in Prudhoe Bay in northern Alaska. Winter sea ice meant the oil could not be transported by sea. The Trans-Alaskan Pipeline was therefore built. Opened in 1974, it transports the oil 1,300 kilometers from Prudhoe to the port of Valdez. Action from the government. The U.S. government has constantly worked to protect the area since oil was found. The National Environmental Policy Act ensures that the oil companies must respect the rights of native people. The Western Arctic Reserve Act protects 9 million hectares of wilderness. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration protects the marine life. International agreements. In 1959, the Antarctic Treaty was signed by countries with territorial claims to the Antarctic. It protects the environment and prevents economic development in the region. Conservation groups. Groups like the WWF, World Wildlife Fund, protect environments like the Arctic. They provide scientific information, expertise and resources. In Canada, the WWF helps manage critical ecosystems, protect endangered species, works with oil companies and Inuit communities to build a sustainable future.